I'd like to share with you some ideas I have about living in the present moment, here and now. We all share as human beings our consciousness, our mind and our bodies. The body has 5 senses, which feeds our consciousness, and the mind apparently is in control, though not always. There's 2 segments of our consciousness, when we're awake and when we're asleep. And when we're asleep, it may be that we're unconscious, which is when the body truly rests, and we're dreaming, which is part of our consciousness. The mind still working in the background. We find that when we try to still the mind, it keeps jumping around from the past to the future, to the past to the future. It's very difficult to keep it still. We're always thinking about what happened, perhaps the joys and the happiness or the problems of yesterday and the possibilities of tomorrow and the fears. And the mind keeps like that, jumping all the time, so it's difficult to keep it still. You find that you're hurrying through the present. And yet, when you get to tomorrow, that will be the present. And you never stop on the knife edge of the present. Do this little exercise. Imagine in your mind a map and put a dot where you were born. And draw all the little lines on all the places that you went. Zoom out a bit if you go far away on vacation and then you come back, or you move to another place and you move around the dot, and then the dot stops. Here, now. Our lines are all together in the present. Extend the exercise. Continue the line, project it into the future, all the places you think you'll be going, and you go back and forth, and then it stops. At the dot. That's where you die. Now you know we'll all die. And the young people might die before the old ones, simply because you might have an accident, or you might fall ill. And that's part of our consciousness, that we recognize our lifeline when we were born and that we will die. And we all realize that. Though sometimes we don't stop to think about it. And that's part of this exercise. Now let's look at another part of our consciousness, our bodies and the 5 senses. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Smell. Quite pleasant, perhaps a touch of perfume. Taste. Taste what's in your mouth. Maybe a little of the coffee you just drank, or lime juice. Pleasant. Touch. Your feet on the floor, gravity holding you down to your seat. What a nice feeling. And part of our touch is the hot and cold. We're not too cold, we're not too hot. It's rather pleasant. Hearing. I think I hear a motor in the background humming. That's probably a refrigerator. And the sound of cars in the distance. And if you listen hard enough, the tweeting of a bird. Now open your eyes. Wow, here you all are. Our minds recognize each other. We know each other's names. We're smiling at each other. And we are conscious of each other. What a wonderful feeling. In the present moment. Here and now. Now let's do another little exercise with our minds. Close your eyes again. Look at yourself, perhaps from the ceiling, and then zoom out a bit. Look at this building. Zoom out a few more times. You can see San Diego. And zoom out. You can do it with your mind. Zoom out. You see California. You see the ocean. Zoom out some more. There's Arizona and Oregon and Washington. And then the United States. And the ocean around it. How beautiful. Zoom out some more and you see planet Earth. What a beautiful planet. Zoom out some more and you see the solar system and the planets, and some more, and you're now in the cosmos, the universe, here and now. And your mind has the ability to comprehend it, to understand it, and the ability to zoom back in an instant to where we are now. Open your eyes. What a wonderful journey. Now what's nice about it is that it helps us to be connected. Connected to how insignificant we are and yet how important we are in the here and now. Connected to the world, the people around us, the people everywhere, the things that happen, to see how exciting and wonderful they are, and how wonderful it is to be alive in the present moment. Why think of the future? When tomorrow comes, it will be the present. And if we don't watch it, we'll miss that. This exercise helps us to focus on the now. What happens when you're connected is you begin to realize that all the negatives are short-term and insignificant. And the positives begin to take on a new significance. Your joy begins to expand. The positive enthusiasm, excitement of life around you begins to expand and encompass your life. It's a wonderful feeling. You can do this once a day for 5 minutes, as we are doing now, 10 minutes, twice a day. I find that when I do it, it helps me to reset my consciousness to reality. It helps me look at everything around me and feel excited about it. It helps me to stop and smell the flowers. Not the memory of yesterday or the possibility of tomorrow, but the beauty of the consciousness right now. It's a wonderful feeling. I know from your faces that you see how exciting it can be. Enjoy the present, here and now.